My perfect Madden 20 Ultimate Team. Who's going to be on my team in Madden 20? A lot of you guys want to know like the whole scheme and the prospect of how I'm going to build my Madden 20 Ultimate Team. Now that a lot of things have come out, superstar abilities, X Factor, all kinds of crazy new chems and abilities, what is that going to do in determining who I will have on my team? Those are very, very good questions. And shout out to everybody that wrote it in the comments that wanted to hear some insight into what I'm going to be building. Now, the number one thing that I want you guys to understand is this. A lot of what's going to happen is going to depend on the way the game plays. Now, that seems weird to a lot of my newer viewers because most of you guys, I've been talking to you guys in chats, we've been interacting on social media, and the years that you guys came into Madden is all over the place. So depending on the year you came in, I have to relate to you based on that because you don't know what Madden was prior to that. So it's very, very hard for me to be able to determine, like, all right, this is why I'm going to do this is why I'm going to do that, because you may not understand it, because you guys are used to a lot of the animations. Now, go to my old school dudes, they know that Madden was once a much better game. So gameplay-wise, I don't think that we'll get back to what Madden used to be, but I think they'll make it a little bit better to try to deal with some of the stuff and the complaints that people have had with the game. So what are we going to start off with? The number one thing that I'm going to tell you is this. If Kyler Murray gets a rookie premier card, he's going to be my QB to start the year. All right? No doubt about it. It doesn't matter. I know they have the Superstar Edition, the Ultimate Superstar Edition, and you can get like a free legend quarterback with a free cam and all kind of stuff like that. I think I'm going to start off the year with Kyler Murray if he gets a rookie premier. Why would I do that? All right, let me point out some of the things that, kind of explain what I'm talking about. When you look at the cards that the draft players get, if you go through every year that EA has allowed that to happen where they've put the draft players in the game, their cards are very similar stat-wise to what they're going to be in the next year's Madden. What does that mean? Right now, he's chem to a 99 throw power. We're not talking about his throw power. His throw power should be probably, maybe high 80s, maybe at the low 90 area, right? Let's just take away like 10. Let's just say it's an 89. Let's take away another 10 from his deep accuracy. Let's say his speed is like an 85. Because you remember, they're very, very stingy with speed at launch. Ever since Brashard Perriman in Madden 16, they are very, very scarce, or however you pronounce that word, with the speed. So more than likely, he's going to be like an 86, 87. They're probably going to drop him by 10. All right, throw in the run, all that stuff like that. Depending on how the attributes matter in the game, that might come into play. It might not. You guys got to understand. Every year of Madden since 16, they've been consistent with not making certain things matter. In this year, it was like zone coverage, different things like that. It didn't really matter. The accuracy of a quarterback, it doesn't really matter after a certain threshold. A lot of things are kind of getting loosey-goosey in EA Sports headquarters, and we have to figure out what matters when we're building the team. Ideally for me, though, I've noticed that Kyler Murray actually plays a lot better than Cam Newton, regardless of the height. So I would be all in if they do release a rookie premier Kyler Murray, because he's obviously going to start for the Cardinals, so I don't see why they wouldn't give him one. Some of the questions I've been asked. Gmias, what about Baker Mayfield? I told you guys last year that he wouldn't get one because Tyrod Taylor was expected to start, and they only give it to players that are going to be starting coming out of the NFL draft when you go to rookie premieres. So they pick the best 10, and that's what we get. This guy should definitely get one because he's going to be starting from the jump. So I'm going to go with this guy as my starting quarterback for my Madden 20 Ultimate Team. Going on to the next thing, all right? Running back, I'm looking for the fastest running back that has spin. Now, if spin is not the same thing, maybe we got to go another route. Maybe it's going to be trucking. If it's trucking, I'll go to the person with the highest truck. Remember, earlier in the year when truck used to work a little bit better, I went after Leonard Fournette from the Jaguars. Like, I did that because that's what was working. Then they patched the game. It became another thing. It became spin. Started spinning 9 guys at once, and the game got crazy. And that's what I went with that. Wide receivers, we're going to go ahead and we're going to say that maybe through all the complaints and all of the constant requests and me trying to make contact with them and saying to them, look, the speed threshold is very, very disgusting. It doesn't make any sense that when you have a 10-yard head start on a card that they're able to catch up and pick it off and run it for 6. If that changes, we're not going to worry too much about overalls. We're going to go straight for speed. Keep that in mind because a lot of you guys really think that having the high overall cards, oh, he has 99 deep route running. Bruh, The only way that's going to matter to me is that from the jump, if they give a guy that threshold at 90, they can get the deep route chem, and that crossers are still pretty effective. Other than that, I'm looking for straightaway speed. So I don't care about the overall. I'm going straight for speed. All right? Because we have to know that at the launch, that is the best time to play Madden, at their launch. After they patch the game, go into your bathroom and just know and start crying. Look at yourself in the mirror and just start crying. No matter what it is, bro, because once they patch the game, they've shown over the last 4 years that the devil comes into their office dressed in a suit with his horn sticking out of his head, and he does the patch because it becomes straight hell. Now, when we go to O-line, to be honest with you, we're going to be looking for all elites. So I'm going to be looking for like maybe 85s, 86. I'm not going to try to break the bank on the O-line because I do believe that it's going to be still more of the same to where they don't actually block anyway, but they do have certain attributes that make them sometimes stand in the way and protect you. So like it's kind of a catch-22 because you know they're not going to play up to what it says, but also it's good because they have certain attributes. When I talk about the attributes, I want to point out specific ones because going all the way back to Madden 12 and 11, impact block for me was something that was very, very huge. But EA Sports has successfully taken away everything that we thought that mattered and made us look at it, and now it doesn't matter. So we're going to have to, kind of evaluate it. And that's going to come very, very fast because I'm going to play a couple games online and I'm going to see what they do. And then if it turns out that run block and pass block is more important, we will adjust accordingly. But impact blocking has always had a certain impact on the game itself. It's changed, though. Madden 11, 12, 13, 25, it was very, very important. 25, it got really crazy. Dudes was getting pancaked instantly. If you had a certain type of impact block, you were getting pancaked instantly if your defender didn't have certain attributes. So that also contributed. We have to wait to see how that actually, what it becomes before we go from that. But more than likely, we're going to look for strength and we're going to look for impact block to start the year. Tight end, run blocking, and speed. So maybe George Kittle at launch, because he's going to be one of those fast dudes that can run block. So maybe he will be a guy that we go after. He may get an elite card. His run block is kind of, even with him at a 97 right now, it's like an 84. We may have backups, though. We're probably going to have backups with better run block, but he might be a guy that we start and send out on routes. Just to point that out, we do need decent run block to start the year. Because like I said, initially when the year starts, the game plays a lot different. Fullback, same thing. I don't want to skip over the fullback. Fullback is very important. If at launch, for any reason, there is any fullback that's able to lead the way, we're going to get it on them. Because that's when it's usually broken the most, and they'll cheat. After people complain and they patch it, that's when everything is destroyed. So we'll go with lead the way on the fullback. When it comes to middle linebacker, right outside linebacker, left outside linebacker, all these linebackers, speed. We're not worried about zone. Listen, bro. Speed. We're trying to lurk. We're trying to run it for 6. All right? Hopefully, no, I don't want to use hope with Madden. If I was going to hope for anything right now, I would hope for a cure for children's cancer. I'm not going to use hope. Maybe one of the developers will realize, I'm just going to say it like this, that they will realize that when you intercept the ball, you shouldn't run backwards 15,000 yards. I'm just going to say that about the interception thing. But most of that, I want to just say that the middle linebackers and all your linebackers included, we're going all out for speed. All the zone and all that stuff like that, don't worry about that. Free safety, strong safety. Maybe height first and then speed, but speed. Because I really don't think that they've figured out the whole gist of what zone is. So we could probably gamble with that. Same thing with cornerback. Height, speed, but speed first. If we can get a really, really fast corner that can run around and swat and just be an idiot, we'll go with that, and that'll be it. All right? The D-line is very, very interesting, and I want to point this out to you guys because some of you guys are like, yeah, bro, you love out of my way, but you went and got Julius Peppers, and he can't get out of my way. Let me explain to you what goes on, right? Earlier in the year to now, the game has obviously changed like 6 or 7 times or more. Right now, it doesn't matter what's on your cards, but out of my way is still one of the glitchiest chems to have. It's one of the glitchiest chem abilities to have. I recommend it highly. But some cards are unique. Like Julius Peppers, he's so tall, and he has a very, very high finesse move, and they just make him glitchy. That's just the way that it is. In some cases, cards are going to play out of their mind that are lower level cards, and that's just the way the game is. We could go back to like, a couple years ago with like Ballantine at strong safety. Dude was garbage, but he was like one of the best users. Like, you have to understand, sometimes it's not about the stats, it's about the name on the card. And then sometimes certain cards are just made glitchy. We can all go back years of Madden where there were terrible cards and we still did whatever with the cards like they were really, really good. It is what it is. What I'm going to point out to you, though, earlier in the year with Finesse Move was really, really glitchy. So I went after a lot of Finesse Move. Now it's all about Block Shed. What we're going to do on my Madden 20 Ultimate Team is we're going to initially go after Finesse Move. Why am I going to do that? Because cards like Joey Bosa, even Nick Bosa, a lot of these cards that are coming in, Finesse Moves is one of the highlight things that I've seen. So even though block shedding is key, I think we're going to focus more on the D tackles having block shedding and the outside ends having finesse moves. So whatever that is, and also the speed, obviously. So with Danielle Hunter and stuff like that, we might have to go after something like that. But that's going to be the ideal thing. We're going to go finesse, and we're going to go block shed in the middle, out of my way, a little bit of stuff like that, and we're going to work it like that. Kicker and punter at the beginning of the year, whatever we can get, bro. Like, I'm not I'm spending $500K on a kicker. No, we're not doing that. And you better not do that either. You better not break the bank on the kicker right away. They're going to be cheap kickers that have like 88 kick power. We're not trying to kick the ball from like the 60 like we're doing now with Vinatieri. We're not doing that. We're just trying to make our extra points and make at least a 45-yard field goal to start the year off. So we're going to get a reasonably priced kicker, a decent punter, and that's pretty much it. We're going to use our fastest players on punt return and kick return and whatever. I'm also going to go over the playbooks and see exactly what we want to do. If some of the things are similar, we're going to go with the same playbooks. If we can get glitchy out of 5-2, we'll stay with the Panthers if we want the 4-3. If not, we go Giants and do different things like that if that's something that we want to do. All right? As far as head coach goes, obviously we're going to figure out what we got to do to get John Madden at launch, and we're going to grab John Madden and go along those lines. More than likely, we're going to keep the same system with the trophies, so we're going to have to win a lot of online games to be able to get that unlocked. And that's pretty much the gist of my Madden 20 Ultimate Team. If there's any other questions that you have about what else I'm going to be doing with Madden 20, just write Madden 20 in the comments. I got a few other things that I didn't get to touch on in this video that I want to share with you guys, but it depends on if you guys want to hear it or not. I want to thank all you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.